session, Mayor Jeff Mason.
Thank you. Next one, Julie, in prayer.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day, Lord, and many blessings you've given us all. We appreciate you bringing us here safely tonight, Lord. We pray you be with us and just lead, guide, direct us in everything we do. And just pray that we bow our heads and look to you for guidance, and not just tonight, but everything we do. Lord, appreciate you. The weather you've given us, the rain yesterday, Lord, just please be with all those that are sick, all those that are dealing with loss of loved ones, Lord. Please be most of all with all those who are lost, and thank you most for Jesus, for your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you. All right, join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Which roll call, Miss Stacy?
Chris Nixon. Glenn Reese.
Here.
Terry Givens.
Here.
Billy Bass. Greta Kirby.
Here.
Jason Stewart. Jimmy Winfrey.
Here.
Stephanie McCaleb. Scotty Barrett.
Here.
Shannon Michie. Erica Eagle. Here. Ron Schumate.
Here.
Ron Cowan.
Here.
Linda Nixon.
Here.
Eddie Stout.
Here.
Casey Elrod.
Here.
Steve Babcock. Bill Reese.
Here.
Tommy Bain.
Here.
Joey Nixon.
Here.
Dennis Hackett. Tim Beller.
Here.
Teresa Gross.
Here.
Frank Woodard.
Here.
We have 17 present. That is a quorum, correct? 17? We don't have to have 18 to be a quorum. I said 17 is a quorum, correct? We'll make sure before I went into something that, I didn't think it was 2/3, but I wanted to double check with the attorneys. All right. Item number 5 is the approval of the minutes of the June 13th meeting. That is on your pages 1 through 5. You have a set of those minutes and you have a chance to look over them. I will take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Glenn Reese.
Second.
Second, Terry Gibbons. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussions or amendments to that? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, minutes are approved. Is there any announcements at this time? All right, item number 7, we'll move on to amendments to the agenda and approve the agenda. The only thing is, you received a handout tonight of a reworded resolution 06-2022-17, and you received some budget amendments that were just approved, end of year budget amendments. So at this time, if there's any other things that need to be added to the agenda, or if not, we would take a motion to approve. the
Motion to
agenda.
approve the agenda.
Second. Motion Tommy, second was Ron Schumate. I have a motion and a second to approve the agenda. Any questions or discussion? All those, Ron Schumate. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda is approved as read. All right, we'll move on to number 8, the county mayor report. I want to give a shout out to EMS crew of Kelsey and Brandon Doss. This is a bad wreck over on Highway 70 Saturday morning, and there was lady was in really bad shape. They got her revived, brought her back, and got her on a helicopter and sent her to Nashville. And as far as we know, Mr. Crockett, she's still living, and so we want to shout out to those guys and thank them for what they do. Next week is the fair, so come out to the fair and have a big time at that. It's always a big week and get to show off our Ag Center complex and what we do over there. Tonight is our 2022-23 budget. So I'll go over some highlights of that, of what's in that budget tonight, and then we'll get into that budget discussion in just a little while. All right, your tax rate tonight that you will vote on will be $1.7331, and that is the state certified rate. That is the rate that they set with, we were in reappraisal this year, and so that is the new rate, and that's a 75-cent drop in the rate. That doesn't mean there's a tax increase or decrease. It's just, that's the new rate to bring in the same amount of money that was brought in last year. And that, like I said, that's set by the state and determined by the property values. I think our property values were somewhere around up 43%. So that's where you're seeing that tonight for that. We had several different allotments of state and federal money that was directly allocated to the county over the past 2 years through the pandemic. When we first got them, there were heavy restrictions placed on some of the money and others were not, and some of these restrictions have been eased and others have not. One of the things that's in this budget tonight that you will vote to approve or not is from our federal American Rescue Plan dollars that we got last year, and we'll get our second half in July. We have proposed and been approved by the Budget and Finance to move $1.5 million of that from American Rescue Fund Acts to a Highway Capital Projects Fund. That money will be used to buy oil and rock for road improvements only. It will be, Mr. Barrett's going to look for a chip spread machine to help him on his efficiency as far as spreading chips and getting oil and chip done, and for an engineering study to develop a road master plan by Collier Engineering. They came to us and proposed this to us, and we looked at it and felt it was the best way to do because it unlocks the opportunities for a lot of grants at the state and the federal level. I spoke with Marshall Blackburn's field rep this morning, and he was very ecstatic about that meeting because he said with that he can sit with us and go through a lot of and find some federal grants out there maybe to help us on some projects. So that's something that we felt like is very important. And Mr. Jeff Minatra is here. If you have any questions for him, you could ask him. Also, as far as roads, I am proposing this year that we shift 17 cents out of our general fund. We're going to have a pretty healthy fund balance. Our bank balance as of last Friday in the general fund was $6.6 million, give or take and some change. So we're asking to shift 17 cents of that over to build a capital project. So you'll have $1.5 million going in for this year, and then let that 17 cents build through tax collections. And then next year will be an extra $1 million going into the capital projects fund. And if we have a good year and everything goes well, there's a possibility we might be able to do it one more time. And so that's hopefully at a minimum a $2.5 million influx of capital into the highway projects to get some roads fixed. Like I said, this is for 1 year, and then we'll come back next year and figure out what we can and can't do. Mr. Barrett will develop a list of roads that this money will be used on, and he will develop a plan to fix those roads. And then he is going to report on those road improvement projects to the Roads and Bridges Committee and the full commissions as they're made, and update us and to how he's going to use that money and how it's being used. So, all right. Back in February, I believe it was, we did allocate $512,000 of our American Rescue funds to DTC to finish out broadband here. That's that's to either pay a match for a grant or to just pay directly to them to finish out the rest of the county with fiber. The state rolled out the TDEC ARP water, sewer, and wastewater grants this year. They've apportioned to the county right at $3.9 million in monies to do projects for roads, for water, stormwater, and sewer projects. The city's got their own pot of money that they can do their projects with. What I've done is I've talked to some utility districts, and our match portion of that for us is 35%. So we match 35% to unlock all that $4 million from the state. And what I've proposed to utility districts is that we split that match. So 17.5% for us, we would of our federal dollars, and they would put in 17.5% of their dollars to unlock those funds for the projects. One of my goals with that money is that we get people water that doesn't have water in this county. There's still people that don't have water in front of them, and so that's my one desire, and that's going to take a precedence. Now, once this, and then also in this is a stormwater plan that will be part of Collier Engineering. Will do that for us. We can get that paid for through the grant funding as well. And what that'll do is that'll build us a stormwater plan to go with our road plan, which again will unlock more federal funds and help us when the FEMA projects come along. God forbid we have flooding or damage, weather damage will help us with those kind of things. But once again, once these projects are all put together, we've partnered with the development district. They're going to oversee they're going to oversee the grant application project. Our November deadline is November 1st to have all these projects on to. You can only apply one time, so we got to combine all these projects into one application. What we'll do then is we'll bring it back to this body and have them approve that application and then submit that application, and we should be good to unlock that money. Now, the money has to be spent before 20, or has to be allocated by 24 and spent by 26, I think it is. I think that's gonna have to be extended, because if you take 95 counties doing the same thing, and you've got that many water projects and sewer projects across the state, there's gonna be a premium on engineers, construction companies, and supplies. So I think that will get moved. One of the other things, last year, we received $342,000 directly from the state legislature in the governor's one-time money, and we got that in July of last year. And what I proposed inside this budget tonight is to take that $342,000, put it in our Parks and Recreation budget, and go make the needed repairs to Kids Central. Whatever that has to be. There is a playground company in Cookville that's on a state bid. I plan on reaching, as soon as this is passed and July 1st rolls around, I plan on reaching out to him, have him come down and look at it. I plan on reaching out to that old committee that built that to get their input and kind of get worked in to see what we can do to get that playground back up to things. And the monies left will be used for upgrades at the Ag Center, Crump Parish, soccer fields and such as that. So if we don't use it all on that. So our capital projects fund tonight, inside there, we have allocated to buy 3 patrol cars for the Sheriff's Department with the cost of $40,000 each, and an ambulance remount, which is about $160,000. And then there's $60,000 inside there that's gonna go to that CDBG grant match for purchasing that rescue truck for the south side. So that's our portion of that match, was $60,000. And again, we've tried our best not to spend, there's about $400,000 a year right now that goes in that fund, and we've tried our best not to spend all that. And then sometimes it will be, sometimes it won't. But we also know that we need to let that build, because there's coming, we talked about it at the last fire chiefs meeting. Our turnout gear is about 8 to 9 years from being obsolete, and then we'll have to have a whole new set of fire trucks in probably 10 years. So we've got some big purchases coming. We've got some building issues that we need to get addressed, and ADA issues. So there's still a lot of stuff out there to do. There is some money that we've still set aside that will go if it's determined that we need radios. We did do a local test and found that there are issues, but it's more of our terrain than anything. But we are waiting on TEMA, supposed to be sending in an expert in to do an audit of our radio system and make sure that we're doing exactly what we're supposed to be and got all the equipment we do. So we've kind of held that money back to see where that's going to go, if we need anything else to be done now. This don't fix all our needs, but I'm pretty pleased. This budget this addresses a lot of needs that we need. The list is long of what we need to do, but we try to be smart with our money, not spend it all. And tonight's budget is a whole lot better than the budget we had passed 3 years ago. And I thank every one of you sitting here for the work and the diligence that we've put in to get us to this situation where we can do these kind of things to get cash. And thank the federal government and state government for helping us with a lot of that stuff that we can do. One-time money that makes a difference in our communities. The other thing in that budget, highlighted in the budget tonight, we did achieve our 4% fund balance growth. So there will be a 3% across the board raise for all county employees. And that is all my report. Do y'all have any questions or?
I have a question
Yes,
about this is not our county necessarily, well, it is our county. I'm wondering, are they ever going to get the interstate straightened out in Gordonsville?
That's a great question. We met about that last week, and it's on their list, and that's all they'll tell you.
They're still saying we're on their list,
Yes,
okay.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
Well,
ma'am. I was as mad as I've ever been in office today. That list of rural exits that got rolled out is gonna get fixed this year, and there was 2 exits that I looked at and I said, "Are you kidding me?" And we didn't get on it, so.
Well,
And I made that known to the people that, you know.
Well, it's a good thing I wasn't.
That's right, that's right. So, yeah. But yes, ma'am, we fight that battle every time
I know.
every time I get around somebody
appreciate
from TDOT, we mention that.
I just hadn't heard about it in a while from
Right.
anybody, so thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions for me? If not, you have your financial reports and cash flows from Ms. Daisy. If you had any questions on those. If not, number 9 is your committee reports. You got your audit committee minutes in here, and you'll vote on the audit approval tonight. And so that's what you got there. Any questions on that? If not, we'll move on to new business. All right, the Smith County, Tennessee audit for year ending June 30th, 2021. You have a copy of that audit tonight. You want to go through, look at that, but at this point in time, if there's a motion to approve that audit, second motion to approve the audit.
Second.
Motion by Joey, second by Thomas. Any question or discussion on the audit report? If not, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, that's approved. All right, item number 2 is a 3-star program fiscal confirmation letter. This is something we have to do every year for our 3-star grant. And with that is our debt policy, which is you, part of that says that you've reviewed that and approved that tonight. So what we're asking you for on item 2 is approval of the fiscal confirmation letter, which in turn says that you approve of the debt policy as well.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve in a second. Any questions or discussions? Erica made the motion, Casey second. All right, any other questions or discussions? If not, I'll take, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item B is on page 23 of your packet. That is just the presentation of the tax rate report to show you how that number, the $73.331, was calculated and come to by the state, how they came to that number. That's just to show you how the rate was set. Any questions on that? If not, we'll move on to letter C, resolutions. Items 1, 2, 3, and 4 are the end-of-year budget amendments that was approved unanimously through Budget and Finance. I will take a motion to approve those separately, or a motion to group and approve.
Motion to approve, group them together. Second.
Motion by Tommy, second by Tim Beller. All right. Any questions or discussions? If not, do us a roll call, Ms. Stacy.
Glenn Reese.
Yes.
Terry Gibbons.
Yes.
Brady Kirby.
Yes.
Jimmy Winfrey.
Yes.
Scotty Barrett.
Yes.
Erica Eagle.
Yes.
Ron Schumate.
Yes.
Ron Callen.
Yes.
Linda Nixon.
Yes.
Eddie Stout.
Yes.
Casey Elrod.
Yes.
Bill Reese.
Yes.
Tommy Vane.
Yes.
Joey Nixon.
Yes.
Tim Beller.
Yes.
Teresa Gross.
Yes.
Frank Woodard.
Yeah.
All right, and those four passed, thank you. Item number 5, resolution 06-2022-12 is fixing the tax levy in Smith County for the Tennessee for the year beginning July the 1st, 2022. That is where you are setting the tax levy at $1.7331. Motion approved by Joey, second by Dan Reeves. Any questions or discussions on that? If not, we'll do a roll call. Ms. Stacy?
Glenn Reese.
Yes.
Terry Gibbons.
Yes.
Greta Kirby.
Yes.
Jimmy Winfrey.
Yes.
Scotty Barrett.
Yes.
Erica Eagle.
Yes.
Ron Schumate.
Yes.
Ron Callen.
Yes.
Linda Nixon.
Yes.
Eddie Stout.
Yes.
Casey Elrod.
Yes.
Bill Reese.
Yes.
Tommy Vane.
Yes.
Joey Nixon.
Yes.
Tim Beller.
Yes.
Teresa Gross.
Yes.
Frank Woodard.
All right, that passes. Item number 6, resolution 06-2022-13 is the fiscal year 2022-23 budget for funds funds 101, 122, 127, 131, 141, 142, 143, 151, 156, 207, and it's the proposed budget for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023. It is the trustee balance sheet, the debt service payment funds, and the estimated fund balance. That is your budget. So, This time we take a motion to approve the budget.
Motion to approve.
Casey Elrod. Second, Ron Shoemaker. I have a motion and a second to approve the budget. Any questions, discussions, or amendments to the budget? Seeing none, we'll call a roll call.
Glenn Reese.
Yes.
Terry Givens.
Yes.
Greta Kirby.
Yes.
Jimmy Winfrey.
Yes.
Scotty Barrett.
Yes.
Erica Eagle. Yes. Ron Schumate.
Yes.
Ron Cowan.
Yes.
Linda Nixon.
Yes.
Eddie Stout.
Yes.
Casey Elrod.
Yes.
Bill Reese.
Yes.
Tommy Bain.
Yes.
Joey Nixon. Tim Beller.
Yes.
Teresa Gross.
Yes.
Frank Woodard.
Yeah.
All right, that passes. Thank you. All right, item number 7 is resolution 0622-14, and that's making appropriation for the various funds, department, institutions, offices, and agencies in Smith County, Tennessee. That's just a budget in a simpler major category type list.
Motion to approve.
Approve, Tom.
Second.
Second, Joey Nixon. I have a motion and a second to approve that resolution. Any questions, discussions, or amendments? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call. Ms. Stacy?
Glenn Reese.
Yes.
Terry Givens.
Yes.
Greta Kirby.
Yes.
Jimmy Winfrey.
Yes.
Scotty Barrett.
Yes.
Erica Eagle. Yes. Ron Schumate.
Yes.
Ron Cowan.
Yes.
Linda Nixon.
Yes.
Eddie Stout.
Yes.
Casey Elrod.
Yes.
Bill Reese.
Yes.
Tommy Bain.
Yes.
Joey Nixon.
Yes.
Tim Beller.
Yes.
Teresa Gross.
Yes.
Frank Woodard.
Yeah.
All right, item number 8 is the making appropriations for donations to various organizations, and that's on page 115, and that's just where we do our direct allocations to the Rescue Squad, UCHRA, Help Center, Upper Cumberland Tourism Dollars, Smith County Chamber of Commerce, and the court, and CASA's for so at this time, I will take a motion to approve that list.
Motion to approve.
Ms. Linda?
Second.
Second, Casey Elrod. I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussions?
What
Seeing
is
none,
that? Excuse me, Mayor, what's the $150 to the Upper Cumberland Tourism?
that pays for an ad in a book
Gotcha.
that goes out across the state in the rest areas. Okay? All right, any other questions or discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Stacy?
Glenn Reese.
Yes.
Terry Givens.
Yes.
Greta Kirby.
Yes.
Jimmy Winfrey.
Yes.
Scotty Barrett.
Yes.
Erica Eagle. Yes. Ron Schumate.
Yes.
Ron Cowan.
Yes.
Linda Nixon.
Yes.
Eddie Stout.
Yes.
Casey Elrod.
Yes.
Bill Reese.
Yes.
Tommy Martin.
Yes.
Joey Nixon.
Yes.
Tim Beller.
Yes.
Teresa Gross.
Yes.
Frank Woodard.
Yeah.
All right, okay, thank you. All right, item number 9 is the establishment of regular scheduled meetings. That is a resolution, and basically that sets us up. When we first had our issues back in 19, the state put us on monthly meetings to monitor our financials. We've done a good job of moving that back. Daisy and I reached out to them and got approval because our last 3 meetings have been 10 minutes, 11 minutes, and 12 minutes. So, so what we've done is going back to bi-monthly meetings and setting up that schedule with this, and then doing committee meetings every off month, and that's what this resolution is that sets those up. You still have this special call meeting at the end of the month to pass the budget. At this time, I would take a motion to approve that new regular meeting schedule.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve in a second. All right, I have a motion to approve. Any questions or discussions on this? Ben made a motion. Yep. All right, I have a motion and a second. Any questions or discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right. Item number 10 is a resolution 06/2022-17, and it is a compensation for Smith County Commissioners. You took, when we had our problems in 19, you all voted to take a cut and pay down to $25, knowing that you could not raise that back up this term. This resolution sets a new pay structure for the new commission coming in starting in September. This was put together by the Budget and Finance, and the attorney Jeremy Hassler wrote the resolution and got all the details on it. So you have that before you at this point in time, and we will take a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second, Casey Elrod. I have a motion and a second to approve. Any questions or discussion at this time on this resolution? Seeing none, we'll do a roll call, Ms. Stacy.
Glenn Reese.
Yes.
Terry Givens.
Yes.
Greta Kirby.
Yes.
Jimmy Whitford.
Yes.
Scotty Barrett.
Yes.
Erica Eagle.
Yes.
Ron Schumake.
Yes.
Ron Callen.
Yes.
Linda Nixon.
Yes.
Eddie Stout.
Yes.
Casey Elrod.
Yes.
Bill Reese.
Yes.
Tommy Vane.
Yes.
Joey Nixon.
Yes.
Tim Beller.
Yes.
Teresa Gross.
Yes.
Frank Woodard.
Motion passes unanimously. All right. That concludes the scheduled business. Is there any other business things coming before us tonight?
We'll be open the line meeting, Christian and I will be back here in August for a final meeting, correct?
That is correct. Unless there's something pops up and we have to call a meeting in July, yes. Yes. But, yeah, that starts the
Yep.
calendar year September, so, yeah. All right. If not, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Frank Wood. Second, Ron Schumake. Have a motion and a second to adjourn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.